Hello, hello, and welcome to another segment of Peeling Back the Layers with the Other Woman magazine. Tonight is a special night. I'm excited to talk to a dear friend of mine. We served in the Navy together, Mr. Errol Tolbert. He is backstage, and without further ado, I'm going to bring him on and allow him to introduce himself. Tonight, we're talking about being over 50 and single. Okay, let me get him back here.
I guess I'm on.
Okay, I clearly don't know what I'm
There we
doing.
go.
There. As many times you would think that I would get it right.
Hello,
Okay, hey,
hello.
Errol. Hey, how are you?
I'm well. I'm well.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you in advance for opening yourself up. I can't tell you how difficult it was to try to find a couple of more men. I kind of wanted a panel, and it was just difficult to find anyone who wanted to be transparent, open, or even admit that they were single, or maybe they weren't single, and who knows. But I
Right.
think it was just meant for you to be here on this panel alone. And I'm going to begin by allowing you to introduce yourself.
Well, I am Earl. I go by Earl. My mother named me Errol. uh, but yeah, I'm 52. Been single for a while. Been single for over 10 years by choice. Um, and I'm cool with it. I've embraced it, and I think sometimes it's best that we stay single to get to know ourselves. But
Mm.
just moved to Virginia in June from California, and I'm just starting to learn the place, starting to get a feel for Virginia. So hopefully soon, there will be. I won't be single anymore, but we'll wait and see.
Okay, so what part of Virginia?
I'm in Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia.
Hmm.
And you were in, where were you when we,
I was in New Jersey last year. I moved to
that's right.
Cali January
Okay.
1st,
Okay.
and Cali was not for me. So I did 6 months in Cali and got on. Yeah.
It what?
I said I did 6 months in California and I left. This opportunity came up and I jumped on it. Cali just didn't sit right in my soul.
Yeah, when you mentioned that you were going to California, I'm like, okay, that's different for Earl. That's different. It's been years since I've been there, but was stationed for the most part of my career on the West Coast. But yeah, you're an East Coast guy.
Yeah, I
So,
really am.
Errol, we met in uh,
Diego Garcia.
Diego Garcia. Diego Garcia is a very small island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Earl was an AG, that's aerographer's mate.
Yes.
The weather. He was a
Yes.
weatherman and civilian. I was the air traffic controller, and we worked closely together. So that is where we met and got to know each other. And Errol, you've always been a sweet guy, always been a gentleman. Just
Shh.
the part I know, the Errol I know. Plus, you were much younger, so you
Yes, I
haven't
was.
evolved into a man. You were a young man then. You're an older man. You've evolved. You've established yourself, and you're doing well. It's just one thing missing in your life, and that's that special someone, huh?
Yes, you are right. That's the one thing
Okay.
that's lacking.
So you created a organization, a group on Facebook called
Yes.
Singlish. Tell us
Yes.
about that group. How first of all, how long? has Singlish been? A couple of years, 2, 3 years?
It's been 3 years now. Yeah, it's
Okay.
3 years. 3 years. And
Okay.
I started in part, I was in another Facebook group, and the conversations in the group is what really prompted me to create Singlish, because
Mhm.
a lot of people, men and women, want love or want a relationship, want something serious. But I think social media, has. Oh, my mic. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
That was my.
And so a lot of people, like I said, they wanted, and they started getting to, and it's even worse now, I think, overall, but the men versus women. So I wanted to create a platform where, one, we could discuss topics as adults pertaining to relationships, dating, for some people, they could hopefully heal, or start the healing process by talking to like-minded singles who also have been hurt, but
Right.
haven't allowed the hurt to uh, persuade them from not pursuing love.
Hmm.
And that's really where I got the mindset to create Singlish from.
And has it evolved into what you intended it to be?
I mean, honestly, for the most part, when because I try to keep a tight grip on the group, as far as I don't let conversations get too far left. I don't allow people to just male bash or woman bash. There's no
Right.
uh shaming of, body shaming or anything like that. We try to keep it on the conversation and the topics where, if we disagree as adults. We talk about it. You share your opinion, I share mine. We can agree to disagree.
Right.
And for some, they have, oh, I never thought about it that way. Or they look at it, oh, I never thought, like, oh, I didn't know how men feel, or I didn't know women felt like this. And for the most part, it's maintained that feel in the group. you know
Right.
I'm getting ready to turn it into a podcast, uh and I'll kick that off probably another week or two, so I don't have all the information to share to your viewers. But yeah, I mean, I want to take it, and like I said, just really have conversations about being single, and the
Real talk.
obstacles. Yeah, just like I said, without all the sound bites and the putting down of somebody,
Right.
or just talk about, hey, well, I feel this way because, or you feel
Right.
that way because, and hopefully it would give us insight to where we could take it to our personal life, our personal relationship, and hopefully grow and have a healthy relationship.
So, Singlish is for anyone who is
Is
single,
not
coming out of a
married.
relationship.
Right.
Ex-
It,
Exactly. And you have quite a few members. Now, I joined
yes.
basically to support you.
Hmm.
Um, but you do offer conversations, you do offer topics that are enlightening, and as you said, it gives you another perspective, because a lot of single people who have been hurt or been in relationships that didn't go the way they expected, they have a view of how women are or how all men are. We begin to generalize and, kind of put each other in a box. So, like
Right.
you said, your group Singlish is not men versus women, but it's
No.
enlightening and it's
Right.
real. Yeah.
Right. And like I said, there are people who have their strong views. There are
Right.
some men that have their strong views on women and vice versa. But the thing about it, I try to allow those conversations to evolve naturally. And I
Hmm.
think majority of the people in the group understand that, hey, we can talk without, the cussing you out or calling you names, or, and just talk about. And there's some people that when they get going, they go on and on back and forth, but it's all as adults. It's all in the conversation. It's never a demeaning situation.
So what's the age group for Singlish?
I would say it actually ranges from late 20s, early 30s to over 50.
Okay. Are you the oldest?
That's a negative. That is a negative.
So speaking of your age, so you're 52 and you've never been married. What about children?
I do not have any children. I am a step-in father for a few who don't have a father. I have.
So you're a mentor also.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I have. I think last count. I think I have 7 godchildren.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you never been married.
Never been married.
No children.
No children.
That is rare for a man in his 50s. So you were almost at the altar. So I'm going to tell you, Earl, most women, whether they're watching now or they'll watch later, what's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? And that's just being real. Now, I know you personally, or should I say I knew you then. You want to answer that? What?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like over the last 5 or 6 years, I will say, you know, I meet women, I've gone on dates, started the get to know you process. And I'm not saying I'm perfect by no means, but I've come across a few women who, based off their past, they automatically can't let go of what experiences they have had with men, and they put it on me. You know, to where it's like, oh no, he got to have a couple of girlfriends, or they talk themselves out of getting to know me because in some cases they're like, oh, it's too good to be true. You're single, you don't date, you don't have a bunch of women. No, I don't believe that. And I'm not one to correct your thoughts. You know, all I can do is present who I am, what I'm about. And if you choose to think that I'm not that, so be it. You know, but a lot of it is not.
But you know that's natural. You know that's natural. And it will take time. It will take time. And that's the tricky part. How much time are you willing to allow a female to be comfortable with the fact that you're not a dog, that you're not a cheater, that you're a truly nice gentleman? You know, you're not going to. It's very few women who are going to jump in unguarded. It's got to be something going on. That's just the mindset. But time will prove itself. So
I agree. See, I don't like. I never approach anybody with you know, set standards. Like, okay, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. You know, I don't put limitations or stipulations on getting to know someone. In a lot of cases, you know, like I said, I'm human. I have my moods like everybody else. I get in my feelings like everybody else. Right. But in the same breath, if there was one young lady, she was from Maryland. No, North Virginia. And this is when I was in New Jersey. We talked. I went down to go see her, had a nice date, you know, and she would always tell me, I really, really like you. We would talk first thing on the morning. We would text, you know, at work during the day, on the drive home.
Yeah, the early part.
Right. But the thing about it, and like I said, we would be on the phone right before we go to bed, you know. Yeah. And, you know, she came to me, she was like, it's just, I can't put my finger on it. I just feel like you have a girlfriend or a wife or something. And I'm like, what woman do you know will allow me to talk to you in my home you know, but she couldn't get past it. It was nothing that I did, you know. Like I said, anytime she called, I answered the phone. It was never, you know, radio silence. It was never, let me call you back. You know, I always answered. I was always available, any time of day or night. You know, but some things I've come to terms with the fact that I can't change in you if you are not used to or ready for something serious or something real.
Right.
There's nothing I can do about that. Either you want it or you don't. You know, it's a choice. It's a gamble on both. I mean, I don't want to just walk around being hurt, you know.
Right.
And I think one thing I've learned, like in Singlish, in the group, you know, we all have our past pain. We all have our past hurt. And, you know, sometimes things may look the same, but they're not. You got to take into consideration that individual, you know. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try to look at the person in front of me and don't put anything from my past on her. But in a lot of cases, in reverse, most women that I've encountered can't separate me from their past.
Now, that's the brain. Okay, let's separate just from the women, but how the brain works. The brain automatically recalls and stores the negative things in our life, the bad things that happen much quicker than the good. That's just how the brain works. That's fact. Okay, so that's why I said it would take time, nothing but time, for a woman or a man who has been hurt. And I can only speak for females. If every relationship you've been in, a man has hurt you or cheated on you, and all of a sudden here comes this one that appears. Look, you got the shining armor behind you right now, Earl, and it seems like everything is good. You cannot fault her for thinking that. That's just how the brain is going to work. You know, the antennas go up. And I'm not speaking for all women, but most women, you can't help that. So time is only going to heal that. So how do you approach that? So the last woman that you dealt with and met, and she just said she couldn't put her finger on it. She felt like you had a girlfriend. What did you say anything or even ask her, you know, what can I do?
I'm glad you said that. You know, one thing that most women will say to you is that when a man is into you, a man makes time for you, a man will make you a priority, right? That is very true. Conversely, if a woman really wants me or really wants to get to know me, you know, she's going to make that mental decision. You know what? I'm going to give him a chance to see if he proves me wrong.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do if you won't let go of that weight that's holding you back. Because like I said, with this young lady that I referred to, like I said, I mean, our conversations lasted, you know, an hour, 2 hours. You know, we would sit there and, like I said, if she wasn't cooking dinner, if I wasn't doing football, you know, we were on the phone. We were in constant communication to where, you know, there's no way, especially there's no black woman that I know of that is okay with their man being in front of them talking to another woman on the phone.
Right.
You know, so like I said, there was nothing more I can do other than make myself available. We were not in the same state. So, you know, it was a little distance between us. But the thing about it, I was available anytime she wanted me, anytime she needed me, anytime she wanted me to be there. I was available. It was something within her that she couldn't shake, that she couldn't get past.
Right.
You know,
it was in her psyche. Yeah.
Right. And that's one thing, like I said, where I'm at now. Like, I am really ready. I'm wanting to find a relationship. And, you know, the one thing I realized is I'm not ever going to settle. I will die alone before I settle just to say I have a woman or I'm in a marriage
Right.
or in a relationship, you know. And at this point, I know what it feels like as a man. I know what it feels like to be loved, to be genuinely loved for myself. I know what that feels like. I've had
Yeah.
it.
Right.
So if a woman that I'm getting to know, you know, I get you want me to, as a man, to prove to you or show you that I'm not like everybody else, but it's a two-way street,
Yeah.
you know. And a lot of times women have this mindset that, you know, as a man, oh, you used to being hurt, you're used to being this, that, and the other. But no real man wants to just put himself under a bus to be driven over back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so that like I said, back to my singleness group. Like I said, that's one of the things that I try to narrate in the group, that you're entitled to how you feel. You're entitled to your beliefs and your feelings. But when you're trying to be with somebody else, you have to consider theirs.
Yeah. I agree.
You know,
I agree. And you know what? Just speaking for myself, I can relate to that woman. I'm the same way. I choose to be single by choice, but because I have so much baggage and so many twisted thoughts of what I've been through, and I'm serious, every man it just hasn't been good. So for one to come into my life and, hey, he's going to pay the price. He's going to pay
mm-hmm,
the price. But you know what? Love stays. Love will find you.
mm-hmm,
And you're not going to have that relationship. Everybody, when the relationship initially begins, it's all roses. It's all roses until those layers start peeling back, until you get comfortable with yourself and each other. And that's when the luggage begins to unpack, you know, because, you know, Vernon from Wine Down Wednesday, he used to say, we
mm-hmm.
bring the representative. You don't bring who you really are in the initial stages. You bring your representative, who you want to be or who you want that young woman or that young man to think you are. So you're going to have some rough spots, and you don't know anyone in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. It may take a year.
Right,
It may
right.
take 2 years before
But
you feel comfortable with someone.
see,
You
that's
know,
one thing. That's another thing that I've learned too. It's like when I do go on dates, I try to avoid going to crowded places or
going where?
places to crowded places, you
Okay.
know, restaurants where there's a lot of noise, because a lot of times the environment becomes our conversation,
Uh huh.
you
Right.
know. For me, you know, I know me. I know where I am in life. I know what I want out of life and out of a relationship. So for me, it's more important that any woman that I date, I need to know I can connect with you up here, you know, because like I said, at 52, you know, we all got extra pounds. Nobody got that 20-year-old body no more. So it's like, you know, the physical is the physical. It's
Right.
not that important to me. It's important, but it's not the most important thing. You know, in a few years, I need to know, do you know the signs of a stroke? You know, do you know when I'm having a heart attack? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
everything is all about fun or just fun, you know,
Right. Right.
then you never know me. I'm a
Exactly.
talker. I'm a talker. I will talk your head off. I don't
You
need
will.
nothing
That
to
I
help
live in
me
appreciate.
talk.
Yes.
You know, and so I listen as well. I'm not just a talker that don't listen. I listen. And so I engage in conversation. And the thing about it, I want to know you. I want to know the inner workings of you. Because like I said, going to the park and listening to music at a festival, that's easy.
Yeah.
But when there's no music, when there's no movie on TV, and it's just you and I,
Right.
do we like each other? Can we sit there and talk to each other if there's nothing else there?
Right. Right.
So for
you're
me,
intellect. You're an intellect, Errol.
I am a
Women,
silly intellect.
you do. You have a good sense of humor. You are fun. You're a lot of fun. You may even be what's called a sapiosexual. You're not turned on by the physical, but by a woman's mind, because you are a good conversationalist. And you're right. What are we going to talk about when the sex is gone?
Right.
We're in our
Right.
50s,
Right.
60 is next. Will we be able to sit and have a conversation? Can we be intimate with each
Right.
other mentally?
Right.
That's where you are. And I
Right.
can see that. So that should be something from the initial parts of meeting someone, because not everyone, age doesn't define your maturity
True.
or how open-minded you are. So maybe the women that you've been meeting are just not the women that
No,
will fit who you
I,
are. Where are you looking for these women at?
I don't have a specific place. It's, where I meet you, I meet you. I don't like have a I go to this venue, or I go to if I meet you, we could be at 7-Eleven. It don't matter. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I don't, I'm past the stage where, everywhere I go, I'm like, yo, what's your name? I'm past
Yeah.
that stage,
Right.
So
Right.
if I come out myself, and excuse me, can I talk? Trust me, you truly caught my eye, and it wasn't just the physical that caught my eye. It was the way you
Right.
conducted yourself, the way you carried yourself, the way you speak. Those things matter to me, and it matters to me for me. I don't want someone. I'm not looking for someone to be a trophy wife, or I'm looking for someone that I can relate to. That, like I said, if we go back into another pandemic and we locked in the house, I can sit and talk to you and have fun with you, and I'm good. But the one thing I've been honest with myself since I've been in Virginia, I've really been doing a lot of soul searching, and I can say that yes. In most cases, the women that I am attracted to are not the women I need to be attracted to. Okay. A lot of the women, I won't say a lot. There are some women I have in my past come across, and when I say my job title, oh, really? And they talk themselves out of that because they put me here like they don't match up to me. I'm not looking for you to equal me as far as job or whatever. I've learned a long time ago, money comes, money goes.
Hello.
You can have it today and you can lose it tomorrow.
What is your job? What is your job?
I work for the FAA at the airport in the weather office. I actually manage the weather office for Richmond International.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can see them saying, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, but like I said, it's like, it could be she may work at Family Dollar. If I find you attractive, or if you caught my eye, I don't care that you work at Family Dollar, because I'm not looking for you for a financial come up, or I'm looking for someone that can be my best friend. Everybody's not me, though. I understand that. For some, what you do, how much money you bring home matters. But like I said, for me, what I've been through in my life, I realize doesn't matter, because, I don't need a lot. The things that I need aren't material.
Right.
The things I need are emotional, are mental. So it's like, hey, do we have enough to go to the movie? Okay, fine, let's go to the movie. Do we have enough money to drive to the beach to walk around? Then we good. We don't need 4 cars in the driveway. We don't need, all the extra material things. If we have it, great, but that's not a priority for me. Right. Because like I said, I've seen, it has happened to me where I've had it, and because of things outside of my control, I've lost it.
So you're really looking for a partner to experience the rest of your life with?
Yes, I am.
And would you be open to having a partner that you may not have those loving feelings for initially, but you can grow into, you can grow to love? Could you just have a friend and grow to love that friend? See, you were already shaking your head no, Earl. So,
and the reason why, there's a reason why.
You said you were looking for someone to be a friend. Maybe your friend will be someone that you find out, okay, there may be possibility for something else. Love happens. Love
it does.
You.
It does. The reason why I say no to friends is because, in the military, every 3 or 4 years, we transfer. Since I've been out the military, my life has just taken me different places every 3 or 4 years. I'm here or there. Right. So while I know a lot of people, at this stage in life, friendship takes on a different meaning to me.
Okay.
I was just we had a phone call yesterday, me and 2 of my Navy buddies. We went to the NFL draft earlier this year in Vegas. And we was like, all right, what we going to do next year? Because we're going to try to make it a yearly thing. And I was like, hey, well, wherever we go, we got to go on a fishing trip. And one of my friends was like, man, I'm not fishing. I'm not going out in the water, And like I said, we all evolve. So like I said, while friends, sometimes you're my friend because we hang out at the bar or we do this together. You know what I mean?
Right.
And right now, I have enough friends.
Okay.
I'm not looking.
You want to get serious. You're looking for a loving relationship.
I'm looking for a serious, loving, but I don't mean overnight. I don't need for it to happen immediately, but I do want I want to go through the process of learning you. Right. Building a rapport with you, right. One of the things with my ex-fiance, we were in the same place and her family was around, and every holiday or everything was always with her family, with her friends. And I'm like, we need to form our
own traditions.
Right. I don't have a problem doing things with your family or my family or your friends or my friends, but I want us to have our foundation.
Exactly. To be a unit outside of other people.
Correct.
Right.
Right. Because the one thing, and I'm not going to say one thing I know, but in my mind, the older you get, you kind of fall back to that one you're with more. I'll tell you right now, I don't want somebody at 52, 55 years old that still want to go to a bar or a club every weekend. Okay. I've been there, I've done that. So like I said, I'm not knocking anyone who still does that. More power to you. But for me, that was yesterday. That was, in the past. The things that I want to make memories with you. I want us to, hey, this weekend, let's just hop in the car and hit 95 and just find a new town and explore. If that's our thing, that's our thing. I don't want to be tied into always having to, well, mama call, Aunt Susie coming in town, so we got to all go over, and like I said, I get it. Love, like, Tamara, Yeah, love doesn't happen overnight, but the thing about it, you have to set the foundation. You know,
Exactly.
you just can't wake up 8 months later and be like, okay, we're gonna be madly in love now.
Right.
You know, it's a process, and the process is spending time with you, incorporating you in my life, and vice versa.
So, those of you who are just tuning in, we are talking about being single over 50. And this is Errol Tolbert, longtime friend of mine. We served in the Navy together. He was an AG, aerographer's mate, and he is looking for love, looking for a serious relationship. He's 52 years old, never been married. He has been engaged. He doesn't have any children. So we're basically just talking about who Errol is and what he's looking for. So for those single women who might be watching, or they may share this with their single friends later, what are some of your hobbies? You're an adventurous person. That I think I remember about
Mm-hmm.
you. Even though we were on that small island in the middle of the
Mm-hmm.
Indian Ocean, you're pretty adventurous. I know
Yes.
you like sports. You're a coach, right? There
Mm-hmm.
you are, little league coach. Um,
Yes.
so you like children, but you don't have children of your own,
Correct.
correct? Your intellect. You like to read, or was that a posed picture?
A mixture of both.
Okay. That's a good picture. That's a good picture. And you're looking for love. Earl, you're a handsome guy, and I always say, love will find you.
Hmm.
What's that old saying? A watched pot doesn't
Never
boil,
boil. Correct.
never boils. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like if you're looking for company, you keep looking out the window and through the curtains. Company's not going to come until you stop
Right.
looking.
Right.
So I believe everything that you put out into the universe, your energy, the love that you have to give, it's coming back to you. And a lot of people are getting married older now,
Hmm.
much older. I have a few friends in their late 50s um, who are getting married, who are just hooking up with someone and enjoying that all over again. So in my late 50s, just let me tell, rest assured, let me tell you, Earl, life it's going to begin all over for you. So 50 is not old. You are going to begin
Hmm.
to experience some things. You just relocated to Richmond, Virginia. Um, Give it some time. It's coming. It is going to
And, but
come.
and that's the one thing. I am in no rush. Like
Good.
people who know me from my past, from my youth, you know, people from my youth, classmates, Navy buddies, you know, most of them can't believe that I'm not dating. I don't have a
Right.
girlfriend
Right.
because the old Earl, I'm a friendly person, so I meet people all the time.
All the time.
You know, just on a friendly level. Um, but I'm
And you talk
not.
to anybody and everybody.
I do. I do. Yep. And so I don't, like I said, right now, I'm not going out of my way trying to meet anyone. You know, like I said, when it happens, it will happen. I do believe that. I want to, how can I say, like I said, I want to be natural. Like I'm not a big fan of being hooked up, you know, although it does work for some. You know, but like I said, I really believe that it's not that far away. I feel like it's right around the corner. I'm not looking
Somebody's
for it.
watching you now. There are a few women watching, and I cannot, not watching the show, but in
Hmm.
your life watching you. A woman will watch you and watch how you interact until she gets enough nerves to either approach you
Hmm.
or have someone else approach you for her.
I
Um,
believe that.
Now, Little League, you can't tell me it's some single moms out there. Little League. Okay, what was that
All
saying?
I'm going to say, all I'm going to say, that those single mothers are single for a reason. Okay. And like I said, but seriously, I tell people all the time, I did not get into coaching to meet the moms.
Right.
You know, I got into it for the kids. And I love football. I love coaching. And you know, like I said, I coach here. She may be a parent of one of my kids I coach now. Right. If she is, so be it. Like I said, I don't turn away, but like I said, I'm not doing anything particular trying to meet someone. If it happens, it's going to happen. Like I said,
you're just living.
I'm just living.
Right. And that's how it happens. Let life happen. Now, I cut you off. I was going to let you say some of the things that you're interested in. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do?
Whew. Talk is one.
Yeah.
I love to talk.
You're a good podcaster.
I would say actually, since I've been here, I've been doing a lot of just relaxing. Like I'm in this relaxed phase right now. I'm so cool, you know, just coming home every day, being at home, you know. But with that being said, one of the things I'm going to get back into is I plan on buying me a kayak. I want to start kayaking around here, you know, or canoeing, you know.
Lots of water out there.
Lots of water, right. And so I do so many things. I have interest in a lot of things. So my hobbies, it's hard to really pinpoint one. You know, because I like a lot of different things, and
you'll try anything.
Right.
You'll try anything.
I'll go anywhere, whatever. You know.
So what's a perfect? What would be a date for you? What would be? You meet a woman, you want to take her out. You guys start talking. Where would you take her? What would you do?
It would it really does depend for me, because like I said, my date suggestion is going to be based off our conversations that we had. But if it's like just up in the air, you know, before COVID, one of the things I like to do would be go to a escape room.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I mean, it's like it's I don't have like a go-to script. Like, okay, go here, go there. It's all off the vibe I get with that person, you know.
You're feeling her energy.
Right. You know, and it's like if she's competitive or an athlete, okay, let's go top golf, you know, let's go bowling. You know, I've done a lot of different things for a first date. So it's like it all depends on that person, you know.
Being an adventurous Black man in his 50s, early 50s, I'm not going to say it's going to be difficult finding a woman who wants to go kayaking. Or
look, you ain't got already know. Yes, they are.
Say what?
I said, I've already heard, like, I'm not going out there in no water, you know. But that's why I said, what I do, I don't force on somebody else. So like I said, you know, in the getting to know process, I talk so I can find out, like, okay, she ain't with the water stuff. So, you know, let's not go to the water, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm open. It's like I don't have any set thing that I have to do. Okay.
Let's talk about your health, because at our age, and you already mentioned a little bit of it. At our age, we have to take better care of our bodies. Things start happening. So a woman is going to want to know, he's never been married, doesn't have any children.
It still works. It works like a champ.
Hey, and I got something for you. When you start noticing that it's not working like you want it to, I got something for you.
Look, trust me, I'm very open with my doctor. I'm like, look, okay, yeah, trust me. That's one thing I'm thankful for. I don't have any issues
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, and you have to take care of yourself. So,
Hmm.
are you physically active besides the coaching? I mean, do you get out there and actually exert physical energy, or are you a couch potato and you just go out every now and then and do something? Or
I would say I have become a couch potato over the
okay,
past 3 or 4 months. And part of that is, like I said, moving to California in January, then moving here in June. You
you're
know,
tired.
I was just tired. And it's like right now, like I said, I just need to woosah, relax the
Yeah.
body. Yeah, I will say, I hurt my back in the military, so I have 2 screws in my back.
Okay.
And because of the screws in my mind, I can still do everything.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when I go to do it, my back reminds me that, hey, we can't do that no more. You
Right.
know, but yeah, I've actually started taking. I was about 4 or 5 months ago. Like I've changed my diet.
Good. Good
I've
for
started
you.
eating healthier.
Good.
Um,
Are you
I
still smoking? You smoke like a
that's on a to do list to cut that out.
Good,
You know,
good. So you're going to
I
try to quit
mean,
smoking. Good.
I've actually cut down. I haven't quit yet, but I'm making a conscious effort to quit.
Okay.
It's not going to be an overnight thing, but I'm working
Exactly.
towards it.
And you know
Um,
what? The right woman will assist you with
mhm.
that. The right woman will help
Now,
you.
I will say this: like in my past, I've dated women in the past that didn't like smoke. You know, someone who smoked. And the one thing I realized is that when I have been in healthy relationships or when things are good, my desire to smoke has almost gone away. I do know that I smoke now out of boredom more
Okay.
so than anything else,
And a
and
woman, the right woman,
hmm
you put that cigarette down.
correct.
The right woman and falling in love will make a man climb Mount Everest.
Yep.
You will feel like
Right.
you can take on the world and do
Co-
anything.
correct.
So I'm excited for you, Earl. I'm
Hmm.
excited for you. Like you said, I feel like it's not far away. You just moved there. What you've been there? How many months?
June 1st. So what's this? September. That's what, 3 months. Three
Okay.
months. Yeah.
You got a lot of ground to cover, and you may
Hmm.
be surprised. You may be surprised. You're comfortable now. You said you've become a couch potato. That's when it's going to happen. You
Hmm.
know, you're comfortable. Your life is getting ready to be stirred up, but it's going
It
to be a
is.
good stir. It's going to be a good stir. Um, so what's next? What's next with Singlish? You talked about turning it into
Oh,
a podcast.
yes. So with my singlish group, we used to do a live. I've had you on before,
Uh-huh.
and it was primarily just a live that we did on Facebook. Um,
Right.
and it started off. I was taking a break, and that break turned into a lot longer. And like I said, now that I'm kind of, like I said, I moved to Cali, moved back here. Now that I'm getting things
Settled.
settled and I'm getting settled with the job and everything like that. I'm getting ready to start Singlish back up, but I'm going to turn it into an actual podcast. I'm finalizing all that stuff now. It's going to be more formatted versus the freewheeling conversation that I had on before. I'm going to take live call-ins. There's going to
Okay.
be, you
Okay.
know, sections where, you can. For I haven't came up with a name for it, but it's going to be like an Ask Earl, because I love to
Okay.
talk.
Okay.
So
I like
you're going
that.
to get my opinion, and because I've had people in the group. I mean, there's been people in my group that have called me through Facebook Messenger,
Right.
not knowing who they, like, not personally knowing them, just knowing that they in the group, asking me my opinion, their relationship advice, and stuff like that. So like I said, the podcast, I'm about to turn it up a notch with Singlish. So
Great, great, great. So if you're watching, go to Singlish on Facebook, and they have to request to join.
Yes.
Okay, request to join.
And you cannot be married. There are no married people in the group.
Okay,
because we're not trying to wreck nobody home.
Right, right. And it's I joined the group when you first started it in support of you. And it's a good group, and I might pop in every now and then just to see what you guys are talking about, but you were missed. So during your hiatus, I did notice that you were missing. So congratulations on your move to Virginia. Congratulations on your new job. Congratulations on the creative juices coming up for Singlish. And congratulations in advance for finding love. You're going to find love. You make sure you let me know.
Oh, I will.
Let me know. Wedding bells, all of that.
Let me get her first, and then we can talk about the wedding bells.
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to give you closing words. This went by really fast. I'm going to give you closing words. You can share something about Singlish, or if that special woman might be watching, whatever you want to say. I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
Well, I just want to say to anybody and everybody, men and women, love yourself. Take time to get over your heartache in the past. Get to know you, because no one can love you if you're not willing and ready to be loved. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, and like I said, the one thing I do know is me.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. And that fits right into the Other Woman magazine. You have to love yourself. But a lot of people do love or get into relationships without even realizing that they don't love themselves. They will pour everything into the other person and not even realize, you don't even know who you are. You don't even realize that you don't love yourself. So I'm looking forward to your podcast. I think it's going to be good. Let me know when you get it going so I can share your post and share the podcast on my platform. And I just want to thank you again, Earl. Thank you. And we will keep in touch. And I want to acknowledge my sponsor, attorney Robert Allen. And on that note, we are going to close. Thank you, Earl.
All right. You have a good one.